So as Candace mentioned, the program is a collaborative effort, and I think was in response to a community need, and we have some forward-thinking community leaders that realize that traffic accidents don't stop at political boundaries or municipal boundaries. So in an effort to address that community need, Street Smarts was created. So what Street Smarts does is anybody ever heard of the 3 E's of traffic safety?
Yes, I am.
Besides these people.
What are the 3 E's?
The first 2 are really easy. So they're engineering and enforcement. So Chief Simpkins does over here. And engineering is going to be things like red curving, stop signs, the physical infrastructure of the transportation system. Well, the third E is education. So without education, those 2 other E's don't work together. So Street Smarts is the goal of Street Smarts is to provide the education in our schools, to our parents, and in our communities of how to safely drive, bike, and walk to school. So that's the main goals of the program. And the program really has been evolving. So since 2004, because it was based on community needs, as new needs arise, Street Smarts will sort of evolve to make sure that we can meet those needs. Elementary school is where the program began, and partially due to the impetus for the beginning of the program, but currently that's probably where our strongest hold still remains today. So in 2005 was our first storybook poster contest, which is currently going on right now. So I'm going to do some shameless promoting and say I have plenty of materials available if you're interested in learning a little more about the storybook poster contest.
Well, and I don't mean, I'm going to interrupt you, but I don't want to. But it did just launch, so anyone who has an elementary school age child, the applications, the poster paper are in the school offices, ready for children to start their artwork.
And the program runs until February 6th, so plenty of time to participate. But as Candace mentioned, the entry forms are available in the school district offices, but they're also available in the libraries and community centers throughout the San Ramon Valley. So plenty of places to get them. And this is the conscious decision being here in 2012. So the traffic safety storybook poster contest is really a way to teach elementary school students about traffic safety through artwork. So a storybook is created by a local author named Dana Henty. And the children are provided with the storybook, and then they're given some suggestions about how they want to illustrate each page. So it's a very positive program, and it's been really successful. So there are over 600 entries. There's over 600 entries in 2011. So we're hoping to receive more. You've gone through them. So
and what we found is that the police department are the most vocal critics. They're hilarious. We get 2 or 3 of them in here, and they know what they like.
So we actually print over 9,000 of these storybooks. And so they're distributed in the libraries after they're unveiled at our award ceremony, which you can mark your calendars is on March 7th this year. And I actually have a bunch of calendars that have all those important dates that you guys are welcome to take with you when you leave. And so it's been a very positive program that's a way to teach elementary school students about traffic safety, and they get very involved.
Well, and one of the reasons, and again, I hope Corinne doesn't mind me interrupting, but it's when we looked at doing a storybook, we recognized how many times we were going to be able to reach out to children. Because first, it would be them bringing home the form, talking to their parents about traffic safety. This would involve the parents, the people who are driving the cars, the people who are watching out for children in the streets. So they involved the family that way. They had to think very hard about what could we put down on a poster that would really be traffic safety. And then again, we reinforced it as we had the big celebration where we judged the poster contest where they came to the award ceremony, where again, we told the story that was in there. We showed the posters, reinforced it that way. And then in a book form, taking it home, having it read to them as a storybook as they go to sleep at night, having it available in school libraries, in their classrooms, having the ownership of their very own book is something where these messages, usually putting on a helmet, stopping before they cross, walking a bicycle across a sidewalk, we had the benefit of not just, I made a poster, but something that would last much, much longer.
And Dana is an amazing author. She's able to incorporate all of these concepts into a 10-page storybook, and I don't know how she does it, but she even got in booster seats this year, riding in the back seat of the car, and she does a great job. So it's educational for adults as well. Moving into the middle school program, so Street Smarts programs are really geared towards school ages. So elementary school is one program, middle school is the second program. So in middle school, poster contests might be not quite going to meet their needs. So what Street Smarts has developed is a video contest. It's called Be Real, the Street Smarts video contest, and there's typically a safety topic that is given to the students in both the fall and the spring. So there are two separate contests, and they all culminate in the end of the year. And the students are advised to create a 60-second PSA about the topic. So in the fall, for example, the topic was crossing the street safely. So we got all kinds of great videos about practices like dismounting your bike when you cross the street, or taking out your earphones. So a lot of students have those in, they're listening to music, and they walk across the street completely blind. So, but this is starting to get into that peer-to-peer contact, which is great. So middle school students are viewing the videos that were created by their peers, so they're very likely to listen to those messages. So it's also been a very positive program, and it's in its 6th year this year because it wasn't created until 3 years after Street Smarts was created. So I'll do another shameless plug. Our award ceremony for the video contest is on May 24th. So I think you guys have all shown interest in Street Smarts. A lot of you are on the committee, so thank you for coming. I know you'll all be there. But by showing an interest, really the other way to get involved is to come to these award ceremonies and see what great impact they have on the community. So hopefully you can make it. And that award ceremony is actually held here in Danville at the Village Theater. So.
And we do post the videos on the Street Smarts website. Yes. So if you aren't able to come to the ceremony, you can certainly go online and see some of these very fun and fabulous videos that our middle school students have come up with.
Yes, and they're very good. Their video production advisors must be amazing in the middle school program. So.
Yeah, and the other thing we've done with the videos as well, again, we liked the concept of youth being able to make a video to think again about traffic safety. We've also encouraged each of our middle schools, when they have their Friday morning announcements, which are over video, to play some of those as well as an opportunity to reinforce it to those students who don't happen to have not happened to have participated in the program.
So moving into high school, now we're moving into actual teen drivers. So we're no longer as focused on pedestrian and bicycle safety for these students, although that is still an element. But really now we're getting into teen drivers. So the high school program is called It Happens, and it's an interactive driving safety campaign that gives teens the opportunity to talk, again, peer-to-peer, about their driving experiences. So either as a driver or as a passenger, because you do have students in high school that aren't quite driving yet, but they are passengers and teen drivers. So traditionally, It Happens has been held at a singular high school campus. There are 4 in the San Diego Valley School District. So It Happens has been going on for 4 years, each held at one single campus. Well, this year, the program is going to be all-inclusive. So all 4 high schools are going to be participating in It Happens this year. And that's really through social media. It's the easiest way to contact folks, students in particular, and it's still a very simple way for them to share their experiences and be able to discuss traffic safety topics, particularly related to teen driving. So we held some focus groups over the summer and in the fall to determine what would be the best way to reach all students, because we're dealing with everywhere from Doherty Valley to Monte Vista. So those are very spread out geographical areas, and some of the students don't really have a lot of overlap. So actually, one great way to get them involved is competition. They all want to compete against each other. So, but the students are incredibly bright, and they've come up with a whole campaign. So it's going to consist of 4 different kickoff weeks at each individual high school in the month of February, where lunchtime activities will occur to sort of spark the thinking about teen driving and some of the dangers and some of the distractions that can be involved. And then what that kickoff week will do will be to draw traffic to a Facebook page that's been created, that the content is provided. The page has been created by Street Smarts and is monitored and edited by Street Smarts, but the content is from the students individually that are on the It Happens committees at each individual campus. So the students are so bright, they've come up with a monthly schedule to address 2 topics each month up until the end of school. So it can be anywhere from videos to posts to links to other websites, and it's just all very helpful. It's very accessible because the students are on Facebook already. Just one more opportunity to really send home some of those driving safety education concepts. So I'm very excited for it, and I think hopefully we can recreate this next year and continue to evolve the Happiness program as the years progress. And then last but not least, there is a Safe Routes to School program that can be targeted to all age range. So Safe Routes to School right now is predominantly in elementary schools and middle schools. And it consists of traffic safety assemblies that last about 20 minutes in each elementary school, where if you guys are familiar with Sam, our safety car. I don't know if anybody have students in the school district right now.
It's Sam, and they purposely named him Sam because it could be Samuel or Samantha.
Yes.
We wanted sort of a gender neutral car.
So Sam's a really effective learning tool, for the elementary school students. So we have two amazing team program leaders that will deliver the assemblies in the elementary schools. And Sam assists in delivering those assemblies.
And when we talk about Sam, that's not just a little car that fits on your table.
Yeah,
you can't tell. Sam pretty much is about the size of 2 chairs, and he's remote controlled.
Yes.
And he also speaks through the man behind the curtain or the woman behind the curtain, thus Sam or Samuel. And so it's very effective to have this car driving out on stage, talking to the youth. As you might imagine, an animated car for a small child is much more interesting than an animated adult.
I think that's really excited about traffic safety concepts. So we'll go over in the short 20 minutes. Attention spans are short, sometimes at that age. So the team leaders will go over really simple concepts: crossing the street, looking both ways, looking behind you, dismounting your bike, wearing your helmet, all of the basic things that the elementary school students need to know about getting to school safely. And one of our goals for the spring Safe Routes to School program will be to incorporate site-specific conditions for each school. So for example, a particular crosswalk that every student has to cross to get into one single elementary school. We'd like to have photos of that crosswalk and maybe a demonstration of how to correctly cross the street, so students can look up on the projector and say, "That's my school," or they get very excited about not something that's so general. Any school you can cross this way. So one of our goals this year is to tailor the assembly to be a site-specific assembly to talk about the traffic conditions that exist on your school site. And then assemblies are paired really well with what we call bike rodeos. So a bike rodeo is pretty much just like it sounds. It's an opportunity for students after school to really practice their bike riding skills through different obstacle courses that are set up by our volunteers. And typically we have a cyclery that will volunteer to do a bike check. So fill up tires, make sure helmets fit, and make sure there's nothing wrong with the bike from a safety perspective. So once you go through the whole checklist that we have for you to run through the bike rodeo, give you a Street Smarts water bottle and a snack, and the kids just love it. I mean, they really enjoy the bike rodeo, and it goes hand in hand with the assembly, so they see the assembly during the day or within the same week, and then the bike rodeo is after school, either that day or the next day, so it's a whole week of traffic safety. And then usually during that time as well, there's what we call a walk bike challenge that is also implemented in the schools, and that's through an online system that counts the amount of time students walk or bike to school. So it's really simple. It's walkbikechallenge.com. It was created by one of Danville's IT people, and you log in, your parents can log in, they log how many times their students have walked or bike to school, and then at the end of the period, the classroom that has the most trips gets extra 20 minutes of recess, which they really enjoy. So it's a great incentive.
Good exercise, too.
Absolutely. And so Street Smarts, although we're geared really towards traffic safety education in the schools, we also do quite a bit of community outreach to adults as well. So you'll often see a Street Smarts representative at summer concerts, any community events that we are able to attend. I think I'm on the schedule this year to go to the farmers market, talk a little bit about Street Smarts. So the goal is to be out in the community promoting traffic safety education. And although we're often in the schools, we're also just out in the community and able to talk to adults as well. So I'll talk really briefly about funding. So the program is grant funded. I think that's really important to know. So I am a town employee. I spend a lot of my time working in our transportation department, but about half of my time is spent on Street Smarts. So my office is based in Danville. Give me inquiries to follow up with me later. I am here, but I am also throughout the valley working on Street Smarts efforts, as it is a collaborative effort between Contra Costa County and State as well. So our first grant is actually a $365,000 grant. It's a federal Safe Routes to School grant, and it's actually under the Congestion Mitigation and Air Quality Program. So it's related to when you're walking and biking to school. We can relate that to, from a funding perspective, reducing congestion mitigation and improving air quality. So it's a great grant, and it's able to fund our entire Safe Routes to School program. And that is the second of two grants that's the first of two grants that have been received. Recently, in October of 2012, we received another Safe Routes to School grant for $225,000, which was labeled as cycle-free. There's multiple cycles that have been throughout the Safe Routes to School program. But so those are two grants that are funding all of the programs that I just mentioned before. So the staff consists of myself and two program leaders that are based in the city of St. Ramon. So it's just the three of us. And I think so far, as I said, I'm new to the program. I can't believe how much we do, which is 3 people. So it's been really inspiring to me. And I really appreciate you guys coming and listening a little about Street Smarts, and hopefully you can promote it in your neighborhoods. And if you have any follow-up questions with me, I'm happy to address them. I've got plenty of business cards and some other materials if you're interested in talking with